Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Aquarius 2024 calendar year forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. Now, what we're going to do is take one card for each of the months of the year and we'll touch upon them and get a good thread for how events are going to unfold for you throughout the course of the year. Now, more detailed readings, of course, are found in the monthly readings, which you can find in the content section of my channel. I usually have the current month and the one before it. But, you know, it's interesting. I've lost count of the number of Aquarians that I've done one-on-one clairvoyant readings for over FaceTime and Skype over the course of the last year from different countries. And if you might be interested to see what's involved in that or just curious, then just have a look at the information that's in the description box when you get to the end of the video. Now charge for readings, but separately, I have done a lot of healings as well for people over FaceTime and Skype. And my sole contract is that with the spiritual gift of healing, I am to get nothing in return for it. So it is provided for free. No catch, free lunch, no obligation. Nothing will be sold or recommended to you. Now, you or someone that you know may benefit from that. I'll leave that to your own conscience and discretion. And if it is something that you're interested in, then just contact me as is set out. But now for the highly talented and attractive Aquarius, let's see what there is in store for you. You know we don't have any video ads breaking into this content, and so you get to enjoy it without any interruption. There's January, and it's the Seven of Wands. February, the Fool. March is the Three of Wands. Good. April. Strength. That's a great strength card, that. The Hermit. That's just sticking out. That's the Two of Wands for June. And then we go to July. And what might we have in July? It is this, which is the Six of Coins. August, everyone's favourite month, is the Ace of Cups. Here we have September, the Tower. Gee, that's a lovely looking Tower card. Very, very simple. Does the job. Shows you what's happening. Depends on the astrology, though. That's the thing. And all these things interact with each other and the spiritual energy that is going to be applying in that month. Now there's the Ace of Wands, incidentally, and that must be October. And here is November, which is Judgment. Isn't that appropriate for November? And down here for December there is the Six of Cups. Well, that's a good card to finish with. Why don't you come now? I'll bring the vision around this way so you and I can have a good close look at the beautiful, fascinating, unusual medieval artwork in these images. Together, will I do the reading for you? Okay, now you'll remember January through to June and then July through to December. Let me look at this energy here, which is the Seven of Wands. Look, the spiritual energy that's associated with it is that of Mars in the third decan of Leo with Venus, the benefic, associated with the number 7. Now, we mystics also associate the number 7 as representing an area of divine emanation before the creation of space and time, which we refer to as victory. And so I think what we see here for you is the warlike power of Mars combined with the daring of the Lion of Leo, which is going to produce incredible force and impact. Any fight that you get involved in will be carried out impeccably. And what we see here also is that this expresses a intensification of willpower within you. There's a valor, there's a courage, a daring, an impact, taking risks and no compromises. I think you'll be pushing through obstacles without having any problem whatsoever at all. Now, the courage that's expressed by this energy is, I think, one where it is an outgrowth of your personal experience to date.
you've started to manage your life, and it has arisen through your ability to learn from past experience. Now, if you apply those lessons, you will be able to take further risks with awareness that will take you on to success and victory. Now, where do we go to then in February? And it is this major arcana of the Fool. Look, the Fool is very often misunderstood as an energy. What it is, it replicates the energy that you had or have before you came into Earth, before you came into space and time. You, of course, are not inside your body. Your body is inside of you. Now, what this Fool is saying to me is that everything is open and possible to you now. And it's following on from this Seven of Wands, and you've got this Three of Wands coming after it. Really, the spiritual message coming through now is that there is nothing you cannot be. There is nothing you cannot do. There is nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. For who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you sometimes think you are a great deal less. Well, you are your own rule maker, and you are the only one who can assess how you are doing. All you see in the world is your idea about it. Life is going to take off for you, but you need to choose for it to. An idea becomes a thought becomes a word. Say the word out loud. Words have power, and they echo all throughout eternity. And a word becomes an action. And if you're going to do it, start. And having started, go all the way. Seize the opportunity in front of you now. Rejoice in it, and let no power on earth take it from you. That's another very positive energy I can see just hanging behind it here in March. Now, the card is called the Three of Wands, but I actually work off emanating energy. And it is the Sun in the second decan of Aries, 31st of March to April the 9th. Well, this is great because in ordinary astrology, the Sun is also exalted in Aries. And so this energy for you is very favorable. Now, of course, as you know, Aries enjoys a challenge, and Aries suns are happiest when their lives are moving forward and active. Now, the Sun is also associated with the number 6 for me, and the 6 and the Sun together. They also have an association for me with Christ consciousness, with Vishnu consciousness, with Krishna consciousness, and the consciousness of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he received the Quran from the Archangel Gabriel, or Jibrail in the Arabic. But this is saying that this is a time when you'll have a great degree of honesty, integrity, and self-confidence, and you will not be making compromises. You'll see that your ideas are starting to crystallize into reality. This is a confirmation that you now are on the right path. I see expansion of things, expansion of work, expansion of relationships, and in fact, there may be someone that's thinking about making a hobby into a business here. The point is that you now have the direction in which you need to apply yourself in order to be the best and also to be of service to the world itself. Now, this is about also looking inside and outside with integrity, honesty, and with no compromise. And it's important for you to operate from a place of integrity before making decisions at this time, and to have a clarity of mind and heart before actions in order to bring about the best result. And unless you have that clarity, don't take on anything new. But if you do have the clarity, now is definitely the time to act. Now, interestingly, both the Leo and the Sun are coming around. Those energies, those spiritual energies denoted by that spiritual astrology are coming here. This is the Strength card, so-called. And what I see here is Leo being ruled by the Sun with Uranus exalted. Now, this is saying that this is a time when you'll have great passion, a lot of sexual energy. Now, even if you're by yourself and not partnered, you can still engage in releasing sexual and exploring sexual energy. There's a lot of creativity around you in different areas. You'll have great talents coming to the fore. Strength, well, I suppose, obviously, with the name of that. And you, in particular, will be overcoming old fears and conditionings. Do you know, I think that this actually, although this card is called Strength, I actually get more the feeling of lust about it. And lust in the sense of not just sex, but lust in the expanded sense of having a devouring interest in all of what life has to offer, an insatiable, devouring interest in all the parts and experiences of the world. And I think that this is saying to you that definitely you will not be punished by the divine, who has no issues about your love life, provided that you are not taking advantage of somebody or doing anything underage. And guilt and self-inflicted punishment are wrong in this particular area. I think this means that you could also have a real passion for a particular situation, and you'll be engaging with life to the fullest, and you are now comfortable with your sexuality. Look, accept your carnal desires for what they are. Rejoice in them, but don't let them throw your life out of balance. I do see here that there is the opportunity for a passionate relationship with a lot of sexual and emotional intensity. I also see you doing something because you just love doing it without overanalyzing why you do. Then we come into May, and we have what? What's his light doing over here? Is this thing working properly? Oh, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Probably helps if you can see the cards. Nothing like watching professionals, is there? Now, this Hierophant says to me that, well, I'm getting a lot. This is Venus in Taurus, so Venus is about love, relationship, and good things. It's also about money. So I think that this is a good omen for you, in particular for this month. And there is the Moon exalted here. So this is talking about, I think, you going deep within yourself to work out who the real you is. Take away the character that you have built up from childhood and say, who is it that is looking at me when I look in the mirror? Who actually is the person doing the looking? I think this means here also that you should follow, look, even if you don't go along with it, it's talking about being quite conservative during this period, to follow rules and regulations and even the traditions in your life. Even if those traditions aren't those that you necessarily agree with, they do mean something, I think, to those people that are around you. And for the sake of love towards other people, do something which doesn't disturb or upset them. There is a time here of upskilling, I think, very much so. There's learning and teaching, and I think you may well find that you are a counselor to somebody else, or that you are providing advice to people. What do we have next? We had the Three of Wands, and what's this one here? So in June, isn't it? I think what's going to happen, what's the energy coming? The energy is Mars in the first decan of Aries, its own sign, the 21st of March to the, what is it, the 30th or 31st of March? Anyway, the end of March in any event. I think that this number 2 also speaks to me of a great degree of balance here. So this is you going through a period now where, look, Aries is about exploration, pioneering, and this 2 here is about balance. So you might find, I think, that you see your energy moving you to go into new directions, which is Aries, from a place of balance, which is the 2, with the confidence and aggression of Mars. And Mars, of course, is in the sign here as well. So there is here Combining with this Seven of Wands that came with you in January that we just touched on, there is a warlike energy about you. There's the feeling that you are a dynamic pioneer. There is domination or mastering a situation. You might be dominating another person. I certainly think that you are not going to be necessarily satisfied with your lot, and you'll be focusing your intent to get something. Now, when I say domination, maybe a better word is command, in the sense of having command of your... Well, there's bells in the background. It's those monks doing their thing. This sense of command is applied to yourself as well. Now, this demands that your energy is collected and concentrated to provide the courage necessary to embark on new paths. You've got to be focused, you see. You don't want your energy to go all over the place. In any event, whatever changes may occur along the way, and every road has changes, you are not going to be thrown off balance. Now that takes us into July, I think, doesn't it? And let's have a look to see what is here and what energy is coming through. Well, the energy that's jumping up at me is that of the moon in the second decan of Taurus, that 1st to the 10th of May. Well, do you know, in ordinary astrology, the moon is exalted in Taurus, and that's a great sign. And so the moon likes nurturing and comfort, and Taurus likes material things. It likes food, drink, sex. So the moon and Taurus together, they are well suited for bringing about material success and enjoyment for you. Because what's happening here is that the moon is really nurturing the material desires of Taurus. So there's external manifestation of the inner. There is success and transformation. And I also see generosity. Both ways, incidentally, people being generous to you and you being generous to other people. And I think it's worthwhile for you to pay a few things forward at this time. Yeah, it's blessed to give. So there is success here for you, I think, and what it is... Look, the spiritual message coming through is that it is no less than a gift you can learn to accept thankfully and humbly. And real success only comes once you have learned to serve. And success under these conditions enriches all levels of your being. There's certainly the desire for success here as well. And if you do have that desire for success, then understand this. Do not be overly optimistic about something. Do not embark on the basis of unexamined assumptions, and do not ignore risks, but rather be committed, trust your intuition, and use that fine mind of yours. Now there's a wonderful energy coming behind it, and it is this, and that's July. In August you have, the Ace of Cups, as it's known in the tarot verse. Now I'm getting a lot of Scorpio energy around here, a lot of Sagittarius and a lot of Libra. Well, of course, they're going to be important to you, I think. And of course, this Cups suit it embodies your experience of relationships, the pursuit of happiness, love, fulfillment, and pleasure. But of course, you can't have those things without the opposite, can you? There is love here in its purest sense. There's an abundance of emotional fulfillment here. There may well be a new relationship. I get very much the feeling of a pregnancy here. A lot of sexual passion. And there's an emotional balance available to be used and drawn upon by you for at least the next year. There's also a deep love of the self. Now, it's important to love yourself. You need to love yourself, including all the shadow aspects of yourself. You need to love yourself as the whole package. And when you do that, you see, you will know what the value of love is. And then you know what the value is that you are offering to somebody else, and you can assess the value of what somebody is offering to you. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, really, you are, at this time, in contact with all-embracing love. It's going to fill you, and you'll be able to pass it on generously, lavishly to others. And this is an unconditional love that's being offered to you by the divine now. So will you drink from it? Now, as I say, new relationships can come about, births can come about. But this is very much, the message is coming through, this is an unconditional love. So you should also give and forgive unconditionally in order to get inner peace. Now then we turn to September, and we have this energy here. You know how we had Mars before, I think, didn't we? Well, here is Mars coming in again. Mars here, though, but Mars coming in to purposefully destroy this tower, this edifice, this character that has been built up. And it is also, as previously mentioned, encouraging you to look within to see who the real you is. Because this is speaking of far-reaching inner transformation and healing. Do you know, this energy that comes around here is very much a good healing energy of you. You know, if your precious heart has been wounded, I think you'll receive some peace. Because the old is being destroyed to make room for the new. There is, in a sense, a spiritual renewal, and you are obtaining self-knowledge. There is a release, a revelation, a breaking down of old forms or patterns, and it's like there is a sort of a calm after the storm. Now, spiritually, what's happening is that you'll be in the midst of or about to enter into an extremely intensive transformatory process, and whatever is destroyed or shaken within you is going to serve to purify you and make room for something new, so allow it. Say this to yourself at this time of year: who I think I am is a belief to be undone. I have the ability to heal and restore myself at all times. I am not inside my body. My body is inside of me, and everything that happens in my life is in part due to my soul contract and happens for the best. Then July, August, September, October, there is this ace here. Now, aces for me, mystically, are kind of in the space between heaven and earth. They are a seed waiting to be dropped into space-time in order to germinate. And what I see around here is a lot of energy of Leo and Virgo and Cancer, and they are going to be important to you. And this symbolizes the fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, in a sense. Now, the astrological fire signs have a depth that they are bringing to you. Aries is bringing you leadership and desire. Leo is bringing you character and energy, and Sagittarius is bringing you insight and philosophy. This is a time when you will have high energy levels, strong energy. There's a creative spark within you. I think you might be starting a new project, because I'm getting new starts around here. There's also, I've got to say, a passionate union, because your vital life forces, well, they are going to be firing away, if I can use that suit of fire. Now, if all obstacles are out of the way, and it looks to me like that you have done that now, well, renewal in all areas and levels of life can take place. This revitalizing power fills your entire being with new light. It is important for the free-flowing energies to have a creative outlet. Now, you can use the energy only if you have a goal towards which you can direct it. And the next step, after releasing any blocks, is to find the right framework in which to set this energy to work. This is a time in your life when you'll have a breakthrough moment of insight and feel inspired and motivated to move on in your life. I think a big opportunity is going to open up, and you definitely now have the potential to dig deep and find hidden stores of strength that you never even knew that you had. It is the perfect time to draw upon your imagination and to make your dreams happen. And then in November, we come to whom? And it is a judgment card. Well, this is a sort of the traditional depiction, isn't it, with, I guess, an angel and people with golden trumpets and souls above the water going on to redemption and whatever that might bring, and those below going on to this eternal fire. I can assure you that when you leave your physical body, there is no fire for you. Now, I think what we have here is that I'm getting a lot of the planet of Pluto around at the moment. And Pluto, of course, as you know, is actually transiting in Aquarius at the moment. There is a decision which has a major impact on your life, such as a lifestyle or work or relationship. But that decision is positive and it works out well. And it's a time to move on after seeing the bigger picture with things. So take some time out to see the big picture, because it's a natural period of growth and shedding of people and things that no longer serve you. And that might sound ruthless, but look, we have a short time here on life. You're going to be very choosy about things and people that you bring into your life. And interestingly, you might find this unusual, but I think you'll be quite open to criticism, and you'll have a critical self-analysis as well. But very much the energy of closing, of resolution, and then you moving on with definitive action. And then finally for you in December, and we'll have to get into it pretty quickly because you're going to run out of time, my dear friend. And it is this. Now, what's this energy? It's called the Six of Cups. Well, my previous message about the association with Christ consciousness, Vishnu, Krishna, Muhammad applies here as well. This is victory in a nutshell. It is Jupiter ruling the second decan of Libra, the spirituality that's coming up. That's the 3rd to the 12th of August. Now, Jupiter is all about love and expansion and philosophy. And this combines well with the creativity of Leo. And so you have success in achieving your goals. Leo is also ruled by the sun, and there's great balance and harmony there. And Leo is going to give you confidence and creativity, while Jupiter will give you an expansiveness and bring you good luck. So there's victory, success, clarity, breakthrough, and the unification of energies, and feeling inspired to continue on. Full strength,
I thought that
steam.
was fascinating, didn't you? And didn't you enjoy the artwork on the cards? It's so unusual, isn't it? You don't really see anything like it anywhere like that. I must try and remember who it was that gave this to me. And you know, the best thing is with tarot decks is that people actually gift them to you rather than you buy them yourself. Did you know that? And the tradition is to tie string around the deck before you give it to the person as well. That's the old tradition anyway. But look, if you did enjoy the reading, please do me this favor, and it's the only thing that I ask for you. Would you smash the like button on the way out, because it's good for the YouTube computer thing. You know, you understand how that works, probably a lot better than I do, I must say. But until I see you again, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, it's bye for now.